Hey, and welcome to my joyful Southern life. In this video, I'm going to talk about why we chose to cloth diaper, what I love about it, what I'm not so crazy about, and what I was most concerned about that turned out to be not so bad. So let's get started. Okay, so this video is really for anybody, but if you are new to cloth diapering, if you're interested in cloth diapering but aren't quite sure about it or have some questions, I wanted to share with you what drove our decision to cloth diaper and then just a couple other things about it that I feel would be really helpful. So, why cloth diapers? Well, my husband and I, we are both children of the 80s. Not to date myself, but it's true. And we were actually cloth diapered when we were young, so it's something that we're kind of familiar with. And by the way, I was late 80s, not early 80s, so just get that out there. So anyways, I was a nanny for a little bit, and the family that I nannied for cloth diapered. And before that, I had a friend who cloth diapered, so I was really, really interested, but wasn't quite sure, had some questions about it. So getting to nanny and take care of the little girl that I did who used cloth diapers was a great experience, and I absolutely fell in love with it. And I spoke to my husband about it once I got married, and we decided we were ready to start trying for kids. And we decided cloth diapering was the route for us. We really like the cost effectiveness of it. You save so much money over the long run. Now, initially there is a pretty substantial chunk of change that you do have to put into starting your stash, but I'm going to have a video talking about how you can do that on a budget and kind of some really great shortcuts on that. So you do have that initial cost, but after that, especially if you have subsequent kids, you have your cloth diapers. My really, really good friend who cloth diapers, she's had 4 kids and basically has used the same set for all 4 kids. So that initial diaper stash that she bought has lasted for years. So that's just so appealing for me, and I'm sure for a lot of people who, budgets are important. So the other reason is the environmental impact. So disposable diapers, you go through so many of them, they're getting thrown away, they get stuck in a landfill, and they don't decompose. If you've ever read anything about them or watched anything about them, just with all the chemicals and the synthetic stuff in it, they don't decompose. It takes like 500 years or something crazy like that. And I worked at a preschool in a 2-year-old room, so we were changing diapers a lot, and just the amount of trash and the amount of diapers that were getting thrown away blew my mind. It was crazy. So my husband and I, we really like to try and live our lives as best as we can, leaving little environmental impact as we can. And we're slowly trying to kind of replace things that would normally just sit in a landfill with things that wouldn't. And we're a work in progress, but we're kind of getting to where we want to be. And cloth diapers are great. You reuse them, and then when you're done with your set, if they're still in good condition, you can pass them on to other people, and it's just makes you feel so much better just about that impact. So that was the other reason why we chose to cloth diaper. Okay, what do I love most about cloth diapering? I really love collecting the cloth diapers. It's a lot of fun. There's really, really cute prints out there. Organizing my stash, getting it together, all of that is just so fun. And then I do really love the fact that we are reducing our waste output, and we're not just throwing a whole bunch of disposable diapers into a landfill. So those are the things that I love about cloth diapering. Things that I'm not crazy about with cloth diapering mostly have to do with that middle of the night diaper change, and you forgot to bring up the clean diapers from the laundry room. So that convenience, that can be a little inconvenient, but it's kind of minimal. And then the only other thing is that one time when I changed my son's diaper in a public restroom and left the cloth diaper there. That was not a So be careful whenever you go out that you don't leave your cloth diapers. It's not fun. It's a horrible feeling, really, when you realize that you left it there, because they are an investment. So that is probably the only things that I'm really not crazy about when it comes to cloth diapering. And then the one thing, well, two things that I wasn't sure about, but I had some reservations about, but turned out to be not so bad, are the laundry and the cleaning of cloth diapers and dealing with the poop. So laundry, it's pretty simple. You just get into a routine with it. And I thought it was just going to be like such a burden having to constantly wash these cloth diapers. But my husband and I, we split the work, and yeah, it's just kind of become a part of our life and something that we're really used to doing. So we usually wash either every night or every other night. It just depends on whether or not it's a teaching day for me and a daycare day for my son. So on those nights, we usually do, those days we do tend to wash every day just to make sure that I have enough to send with him to daycare, because we were lucky and found a daycare that lets us cloth diaper. Wonderful. Love them. And then on other days, sometimes we'll wash it every day. Sometimes we'll try and go, we'll do every other day. They do get a little stinky when you do that. So, so it just depends on how much you have and how many he's gone through that day. And then the other thing is dealing with poop. Poop is not that bad. I thought it would be disgusting, but with my nannying, I kind of got used to it. And then now with my son, it's really easy to deal with. If you exclusively breastfeed, then for that whole time until your child starts solids, you don't even have to worry about the poop. You can just put it in your diaper pail and wash it with everything else, because poop at that point is water soluble and there's really not a whole lot of it. And honestly, by the time my son is 5 months, and he poops like every other day, like once. And that's just because your breast milk is all nutrients and their bodies get really, really good at digesting it. So you don't even have that much to deal with when they're, once you start getting older. As an infant, we did use disposables for the first week and a half, 2 weeks. We just used the ones that we got from the hospital, and I think I bought one extra pack, which was also enough for me to say, I'm so glad we're cloth diapering. But we did do that just because of the meconium poop is kind of gross. It's kind of sticky. It can stain your cloth diapers. So if in or when we have baby number 2, we will probably use diaper liners so we can go ahead and start cloth diapering a little earlier. Or we might just use disposables again. We'll see. Kind of see how it works. And then once they get older and they're starting to eat solids, all you do is just dump the poop in the toilet. Sometimes it can be sticky, not to be gross, but it can be a little hard to get off sometimes. Yeah. Anyway, sometimes it can be a little hard to get off, so they make these awesome sprayers, water sprayers that attach to your toilet that you can use to spray it off. I've not used one yet, but we are planning on getting one in the next couple of weeks because we'll be starting solids soon. So that is kind of the long and short of cloth diapering and our journey and why we got started. I hope you found this helpful. If you want any more information about it, I have some more videos coming up, so feel free to subscribe. Sorry, yes, I know. Gotta ask you. Anyways, I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da.